What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out these ratchet straps from ShockStraps, and what these are going to do are they're going to have shock absorbers built into them, so when you're hauling something with a suspension, like I threw my vehicle up on the trailer today, so as you go it's going to bounce if you hit bumps, and that's going to compress down on that shock absorber, and all that shock's going to stay there, rather than if you just had regular ratchet straps, that wear and tear would go straight on the strap. So as it goes up and down going down the road, that's going to tighten and loosen those straps and just wear them down over time. You're going to stop pretty frequently to make sure they're still tight. You won't have to do it with these. Let's check it out. This is the shock absorber I'm talking about right here. It's made out of urethane. It's very durable. It's not just a rubber band. I can't pull it tight. The ratchet pulls it out a little bit more, and that's going to be great for absorbing that shock, like I said, when you hit a bump and the vehicle shifts. Instead of putting all that pressure on the straps and tighten and loosen them, it's going to go here instead, and this is made to pull out a little bit more or compress a little bit, so it's going to absorb that and keep it all here instead of damaging your straps. Now, if something was to happen to the urethane, you're only supposed to stretch out with that ratchet strap from a 1/2 inch all the way to a 2 inch. No more than that, then it could cause issues. But if you were to do that and something happened and this broke, you do have the safety strap here still sewed in, so it's not going to just detach and come off. You still have this as backup. The strap itself is going to be made out of a polyester webbing, so it's going to last in those elements. You don't have to worry about it ripping and tearing easily. It's pretty strong. Think about it like a seat belt. You can't really get it to wear out in one place and just compromise the whole thing. And coming down here, you can see the extra stitching on all the stress points, so it's going to pull hard here, and then up here by the ratcheting mechanism, it's all reinforced to last a long time. The way it attaches, it has a snap hook on both sides, so you have this right here, so when you go to put it on the D-ring, it's going to hit that and go right into place, and then it's locked on. I really like that, especially when you're going to ratchet stuff down from back and forth. I've used the double J hooks and the flat hooks, and those are nice, but if it's not tightened down, it's just going to kind of fall on the trailer. This one snaps into place, so you don't have to worry about this coming off before you get it nice and tight. Taking a look at the ratchet mechanism, it's pretty heavy duty. I like it. It's easy to use. There's plenty of room to get your hand in there to undo it like that, or even to get it ratchet. My whole hand fits in this for the handle, which I like that. Sometimes you can only get a couple fingers in there, and when you're going to ratchet down one of these vehicles, you want to make sure it's really tight, so you want to get a whole hand on there and really tighten it down, and you can do that with this mechanism just fine. Now, another thing is, much like all the other hardware that is this, it's going to be a yellow zinc chromate on there, so you don't have to worry about the elements bothering it. If you do leave this attached overnight on your trailer or running some rain, it's not going to rust or corrode on you. It's going to hold up. The other end also has a snap hook on there, and right now we're actually using it in combination with the axle strap. I recommend that if you're going to be hauling vehicles. It's just easier on the vehicle, and you can get that attachment point without damaging anything underneath. So the strap we're using today is going to be the 9-foot version. Now there's also a 12-foot and an 18-foot version, so whatever you need, we got that on our website. They're all going to be 2 inches thickness here. You can see the straps all going to be the same on those, and the weight capacity are going to be the same too. So each one of these are going to have a safe working load limit of 3,333 pounds, and that goes per strap. So when you add a strap, that doubles that up. We always recommend you use at least 2 when strapping down a big load, but with a vehicle, you're probably going to need 4. So they come in quantities of 2 or quantities of 1, and that goes for all of them. And they're going to have a brake strength of 10,000 pounds, so also keep that in mind with whatever you're tying down. They're really easy to use, and they don't take any time to set up. I like how heavy duty they are too. They really do feel like they can handle the job. I'm not worried about transporting my vehicle on this trailer. Now, you still have to get out and check it from time to time. They're not perfect, but I mean, you just want to do that to be safe when you're hauling something like this as well. Another thing I really like is that they're made in the US, so that's kind of rare these days, so I know and have more faith in them that they're going to hold up. Let's see how easy they are to install. Before we install the back straps, I just want to tell you that we went ahead and did the front ones already. It's always good to get those installed, ratcheted forward a little bit. That way it doesn't rock back and forth when you're ratcheting the back side as well. Now we're going to go ahead and hook it up. So what we're going to do on this side, I'm using a D-ring stake pocket. It's got a pin and clip down there when we ratchet it down. So I'm just going to use the side with our shock absorber. Put that on, and now we'll go to the other side. Now before I get underneath the vehicle, it's going to be hard to see down there, but just wanted to show you what we're using. I'm using an axle strap from ShockStrap, so that's recommended if you're hauling a vehicle and you have these straps that don't have the safety loops or anything to go down, tie onto. These hooks won't snap onto your axle obviously, and you don't want to just attach to anything straight metal underneath your vehicle. So you can use this, wrap it around the axle, and attach your snap hook here. and that's what we're gonna do underneath. So I'm gonna take the strap and go over the top of the axle, just like this, but make sure you don't wrap it around a sway bar or anything. So I'm gonna go underneath that and just keep it around the axle and bring both hooks on this side. So when we ratchet it down, it's only gonna pull on that axle. It's not gonna pull on that bar underneath either. Now I'll bring the snap hook on. With these in place, it's really easy because you just push against that bottom part and it snaps right in. Now that's attached, we're gonna go back to the ratchet mechanism and tighten it down. Pull the extra out of that strap and come back to the ratchet mechanism and start getting it tight. Now something to remember when using the shock strap is that it's okay to get it to stretch out to 1/2 inch all the way up to 2 inches, but any more than that is not advised. Then you will cause issues with the shock absorber right here. So it looks like we can go a couple more turns. That seems nice and tight there. Another thing to double check is as long as you can put your hand between the safety strap here and the urethane, then it's on there good and tight. If there's no room for your hand, then it's too tight. Overall, these straps are really easy to use. It didn't take me any time to set it up. Now, in combination with that axle strap, it really helped me strap down the vehicle. And I know that I'm not gonna have to check it as frequently as I go down the road as I normally would with a regular strap. Well, that does it. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope this helped.